Good, happy Sunday evening, January 10, 2021. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Sunday evening, so let's begin. First up, we're going to begin with your COVID-19 updates for New Hampshire. COVID-19 in New Hampshire, new information, data, maps, and graphs. Let's take a look at that right now. And here is a look at that information for all of you right now. There are 50,871 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. 22,099,794 number of people in the United States have tested positive. 862 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. 268 current number of hospitalizations for COVID-19 in New Hampshire, and 372,051 number of deaths from COVID-19 in the United States. Now let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire where current cases of COVID-19 are. Manchester, 756. Let's take a look at this map of New Hampshire where total cases of COVID-19 are. Manchester, 7,471. And now let's take a look at these three charts here. Let's start with the first chart here. New cases each day in New Hampshire in the purple, daily new positive COVID-19 cases, orange, new hospitalization, and red, deaths. Let's take a look at this chart here. Current cases in the purple, total current COVID-19 cases, in orange, current hospitalization. Let's take a look at this chart here. Total cases in the purple, total positive COVID-19 cases, orange, total hospitalization, red, deaths, and blue recovered. And let's take a look at this chart here. Positive PCR test rate, positive PCR and antigen test rate, and daily PCR test. And let's take a look at this chart here. Age group of cases and female and male of cases. And let's take a look at this chart here. Infections, hospitalizations, and deaths. And let's take a look at this chart here. Deaths, percent New Hampshire population, race/ethnicity of cases, and hospitalizations. And a reminder, your common symptoms: fever, lack of smell, cough, chills, difficult breathing, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. How it spreads, and prevention tips. And be sure to stay with the Riley King Network for the latest of your COVID-19 information. Man seriously injured after losing control of snowmobile in Wolfboro, New Hampshire. A man was seriously injured when he lost control of his snowmobile and was thrown into a rock, authorities said. The man was driving the snowmobile on ice in Wolfboro on Saturday evening when he lost control and the snowmobile rolled over, a New Hampshire Fish and Game Department said. The man was thrown from the snowmobile about 30 feet into a large rock, officials said. He was rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Authorities said he was not wearing a helmet. Officials are encouraging all riders to wear a helmet and eye protection when operating snowmobiles and off-highway recreational vehicles. Troy officials support police chief who attended Washington rally. Officials said Chief Dave Ellis did not take part in the rioting. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Break free from 2020 and get moving at Planet Fitness in our clean and spacious clubs. And use our crowd meter for the best time to visit. Extended through January 15th. Join for no enrollment, $10 a month, no commitment.
Mike, Troy Police Chief Dave Ellis did attend the rally in Washington, but according to a town official, he took no part in the violence or rioting. Dick Thaxton is the chairman of the Board of Selectmen in the town of Troy. He says the trip was planned and that Chief Ellis was there on his own time. He was not in uniform and not representing the town of Troy in any way. Some social media posts were calling for Ellis to resign or be fired, but Thaxton says he's confident Ellis took no part in the rioting, and the chief has the full support of the town. Tonight, U.S. Representative Annie Custer is also responding. Troy is in her congressional district.
Dave knew he was going to be going there and coming back and need to be in quarantine, so there's no break in service or coverage, and it's not a compensation or additional expense to the town.
This is to distinguish the inciting of violence. And I think this police chief has spoken out about the anarchy, that he is opposed to the people who breached the Capitol, broke windows, destructed property, and put everyone at risk.
Now, Thaxton added that those social media posts likely came from people outside of town. Now, WMUR has attempted to reach Chief Ellis several times. We have yet to hear back. Reporting live, Jason King, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Spike in COVID-19 cases, lack of outdoor dining creates a difficult winter for restaurants. Restaurants are allowed to have customers, but despite following COVID-19 guidelines, business owners have said that not as many people are showing up in the winter months as they had hoped for. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Tim Callery.
Get convenient COVID-19 testing from Quest. Order at questcovid19.com.
The summer was a lifesaver for New Hampshire restaurants as they tried to stay afloat during the pandemic. Stark Brewing Company in Manchester took advantage of the warm weather and expanded seating to outside.
We did pretty well with our outdoor seating during the summer, and even the month of October, which was very nice weather, we were able to seat and have a few good nights outside.
But that option is no more, and owner Peter Talch says sales have dropped significantly since November. He's now leaning on food takeout along with beer and liquor sales from the brewery.
The only issue with takeout, as I think everybody realizes, is that it's not very profitable. So I'm doing takeout more or less to keep my employees working than to make money.
Understandably, our guests are a lot more cautious about going out.
Vincent Vella is the chief executive officer of the Common Man, which has restaurants spread throughout the state. He says those restaurants are seeing a decrease in sales across the board.
Going a little further north now in our Lincoln location, we're starting to see a little uptick than some of the southern stores, but it's still way down from where it was last year.
The Common Man has also become creative with takeout to try and make up for some of those losses.
We've also tried to do a few different things, like we did a Thanksgiving to-go program. We did a holiday to-go program, which we saw some great success for, so we're going to continue to do that.
And local businesses are hoping the state or federal government will provide more funding to help get them to the summer months. Reporting in Manchester, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And take a look at this. The New Hampshire State Police posted this on their Facebook page. Take a look. They released a press release. This morning at 10:04 a.m., Troop A responded to a motor vehicle crash at the intersection of Route 33 and Portsmouth Ave in the city of Portsmouth. The operators of both vehicles were transported to Portsmouth Regional Hospital due to their injuries, with one driver sustaining seriously bodily injuries. New Hampshire State Police was assisted by Portsmouth PD and Portsmouth Fire Department. During the course of the investigation, Route 33 East was shut down for approximately 1 hour. Can you help New Hampshire State Police looking for assistance from members of the public may have witnessed the collision? If you have information, please contact Trooper Matthews Kindio at this email here. Thank you. And take a look at these images from the scene. So again, if you have any information, contact him right here. Conversation with our congressional delegates' offices about insurance. Let's take a listen to that video right now in that report.
Hello everyone, I'm Riley King and welcome to this news report right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. Conversation with our congressional delegates office about insurance. On January 7th, Zach Knipp, UE International Representative, Bill Ladd, UE 228 President, and Shane, UE 228 Chief Stewart, took part in a conference call with staff from the offices of our congressional delegates. Christina from Congressman Pappas's office, Madison Lightfoot from Senator Jean Shaheen's office, and Corey Gary from Senator Maggie Hassan's office. The main topic of discussion concerned waiving insurance. During UE 728 negotiations, Zach presented a letter from an IRS district office in answer to this question. The question of waiving insurance under the Affordable Care Act / Obamacare and Service Contract Act had been asked by another facility some time ago, and the IRS reply stated that group coverage is not required by the ACA, and that an employer can discharge their insurance obligations under the ACA and SCA by paying out the employer position of insurance costs. In other words, LDRM could comply with both the ACA and SCA by cashing out 100% of our health and welfare H&W funds. LDRM's lead negotiator, Steve Friddle, was doubts about the letter's claim. As a result of this conversation at 728's negotiation, LDRM agreed to draft a joint letter with UE to ascertain whether group coverage is a requirement for the ACA. If the company can meet its obligations under law by paying employees 100% their H&W funds. While this is great, we know that with everything going on in the world currently, that it is unlikely we would have received a response prior to open enrollment, which would likely mean that many of us would be forced to take insurance that we didn't need or want again. This was the heart of what we discussed with the delegations. We have asked for their help in hopes of speeding up the reply from the Department of Labor, DOL, and IRS. LDRM wanted confirmation from both. Zach reported that he had heard from a DOL representative that it was not a DOL matter. It is strictly an IRS matter. So we are now waiting for a response that will hopefully be identical to the original letter that Zach presented to the company during UE 728 negotiations. The staff members did ask for testimonial concerns, the hardship of being forced to take insurance that is too expensive and unneeded when you already have other coverage, how the coverage itself makes matter worth expensive premiums plus large bills, or how you had to drop better coverage because you couldn't afford to keep your plan due to cost, or some ideas of what they may be interested in. And that does it for this news report right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for watching this news report on the Riley King Network, and have a great rest of your day. Goodbye, everyone.
Okay, and there you go. And thank you for joining us for this Sunday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Have a great rest of your Sunday evening. I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Good night and goodbye, everyone.